Sorry about that sort of rude drop at the very end. So I got the cams set in place. Now what we need to do is make sure they're lined up before the glue has set. So what I do is I just take a couple of these rods and set them inside. And what we should do, there we go, is we need to make sure that basically when you set the rod inside, it lines up, okay, with the cams. Because once we get the floats on top of it, it's going to be fantastic. So we'll be able to put these floats right here and it'll ride it. But it does need to be above it, and you don't want it off to either side. You want it right on top of it so that you can get these in and have the floats right on top. That being said, the next thing to do is once that's set, let it dry. Okay, this is still loose so we can work with it. We need to decide how tall we want our shaft to be, how much we have it floating above the surface. My butterfly that I made the first time, it's as you can see, it's not very high up. Okay, so I might make this one a little bit longer than that. I'm thinking I probably will, but not a lot. So what is that going to be? Let's see. I'm going to say something like this. Oh, oddly enough, I need to get a metric. What would that be? So I'm saying about 3.5 inches. I think is probably where I'm going to work today. Oh, 3 inches. I'll make it 3 inches. And then, of course, I need to do that in metric. Let me find my ruler. I just set it down. Hold on. Okay, so in my case, I think I'm going to make about I'm going to say 8 centimeters, 80 millimeters long. So I'm going to get out my saw and cut those. I've got a small saw here, so there's no reason for you to watch me. I'm going to make 3 of them that are the same length at 80 millimeters. Okay, so I've cut 3 of my rods, and what you want to do, using a touch of glue, you want to make sure that you insert the rod into the floats, and you got to get it so that it's just flush, maybe a little below the hole. You do not want the rod protruding below the float. Okay, so please make sure that it's below that surface or flush with it. One or the other. Don't have it sticking out. And then I'll go ahead and do this one. And ultimately, we can kind of give it a test right now. Okay. And I'm going to take and put these 3 rods right in here. I'll hold on to them. Drop them. And if everything goes good, we should be getting some nice motion. And you can see that rides on my floats just fine. Now, when I go up this way, they're not going to fall back down. Gravity isn't going to pull them back down. They definitely need to be sitting like this. Or, as I said, we may want to take, before you actually glue anything on, it might be prudent to put a couple of washers over those rods or something to make sure there's enough mass to pull them down and they don't have to rely strictly on gravity. Alright, so that is essentially the assembly of the box. And the next thing I'm going to do is assemble the actual butterfly. But I'll do that in one final video, and this will be all done. So I will see you again soon.